James Picard interviewed 2013 about the world tour of his series of paintings, The Dark and the Wounded. Interview held at the abandoned Northern States Psychiatric Hospital. These paintings depict some of the most difficult aspects of our humanity and history. Do you see hope for us?
Yeah, of course there's hope, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this.
Why have you chosen to hold these exhibitions in abandoned asylums, prisons, and hospitals?
Originally I was thinking, do I show these in a gallery? And I thought, no, it's too safe and too secure. In order to create change or get people to really realize you've got to get out of your element. To put the art in these places and bring people to places where they would never have the opportunity to go to and to walk through. It's not just a visual, it's a whole feeling. You're literally walking through the walls and the doors and the rooms of minds of people who are dark and wounded. We're all dark and wounded. So we're all of a sudden out of our comfort zone, having to face our fears. And when you face your fears, that's when healing begins. As long as we stay comfortable, we don't face our fears, nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to change. When we go in there and we face our fears, that's when the healing occurs. And that's why beyond fear, there's freedom. So to get them out of that comfort zone and into a place like this is really important, because you can't just turn it off. You can't step out the door. You're in there. You're walking the halls. This is where I go when I paint. I walk these halls. This is where my mind goes. When I'm in my studio, I'm actually in here.
What inspired you to create this series of paintings?
People are taking guns and killing school children and, raping children and women and, all this violence that occurs in the world. Why are we having issues? Well, let's just bury them. Isn't that what people do with drugs and alcohol? And we just immerse ourselves in anything but the truth. And we if there's an issue, we hide it. We don't directly discuss it or face it. It takes courage to do that, but if you look at the world right now, we need courage. We need to be looking at this stuff. We can look at the surface and go, well, that guy's a bad person, let's throw him away. Lock him up. Let's go deeper than that. Let's solve this so we don't have these issues.
What's the relationship between your series of paintings and events like school shootings and the Holocaust?
I'm tapping on part of that dark and woundedness, which is, yes, in the paintings, yes, maybe specified to or targeted to a specific, event that happened that was dark and wounded, but it's still all us. So when you're looking at it, you're relating it. When I'm painting these, I am very dark and wounded when I'm painting all this stuff. And I'm a human being, and I'm just tapping into that thing that we all have. So when you're in front of these paintings, everyone's affected by these paintings because we're all human.
What do you hope will come from your work on this series and from people seeing one of these exhibitions?
It will open people's eyes to the fact that, yeah, we're human beings on the planet. We've got some work to do. No, not just advancing technologically or economically, but we have work to do with inside ourselves. If we all put our minds to it, we could totally change the planet.